Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for May 1st to the 10th. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it. Taurus, happy birthday. I hope that you're having an amazing birthday season. You deserve it. I hope that you are also ready for the ride of your life. We are leaving those energies, right, from the beginning of 2025. And we're here. I mean, those energies that were just like we couldn't move that much. It was a little, challenging. And now we're moving into all this positive change and growth. Especially y'all. I mean, Taurus, it's your birthday season. All these amazing aspects are happening in your birthday season. You represent the material world, so you're growing. And even spiritually and emotionally and it's all about gains for you, okay? Hashtag gains. You moving into this new world. So consider it this graduation, all right? Your evolution, transformation, everything is changing. Everything. And the blue asterisk, remember, best aspects of the week. And you'll notice that, I put there's these two planetoids, right, that are going to be really active, and there are going to be a couple things that are not on the whiteboard that I'm going to bring up, and the things that we covered last week in your monthly forecast, we'll just gently graze through them. But on Thursday, May 1st, what's really great, not on the whiteboard, is that the moon will sextile the sun. And this is really amazing. The moon's going to be in Cancer. This is absolute amazing. So you're going to be having conversations. You're going to be speaking, communicating, thinking from the heart, thinking from the heart right off the bat. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. Okay. And don't forget, we are kicking off this month with that new moon in your sign. So your life is changing anyway. So I hope that you did plant seeds. All right. This is one of the best, when you have the moon sextiling the sun right off the bat of the month. I mean, that's a perfect blend of your emotions and your sense of self, identity, your core values, a lot of focus on home and family and communication. I would be surprised if some of y'all are traveling or thinking about traveling, wanting to travel. Anyway, Friday, May 2nd, here we are, Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries at 1 degree. Venus, your ruling planet. And so, again, just look at last week's reading where I talk about this in detail, okay? It's just what your heart desires, what makes your heart sing with compassion, spirituality. It's all about your vision. It's the first time we've had this in over a century, and we'll never have it again. We'll never have this aspect again. You have to use it. It's at the 1 degree mark of initiating things, putting your dreams into action. So not only you're going to feel really moved, you're going to feel it the entire week. Okay, but remember, this is the hot spot. This is when they, perfect. Neptune being the higher expression of Venus. What is this? It's love. It's romance. It's romanticizing, but taking action. It's in Aries, right? And so the biggest thing of all, the biggest takeaway is that both planets rule music. Like I said last week, so please listen to music that inspires you around this time. Doesn't matter. It can be Mozart. It can be Tibetan bowls, right? Meditation music. It can be Tori Amos. I don't know, Puddle of Mud. It doesn't matter what it. Music makes you feel. Music makes you feel. It makes you feel emotions, right? And it's happening in your 12th house, which is very interesting because the 12th house is everything beyond the physical plane, but it's spirituality. It's spirituality. It's rest and retreat, and it's healing. And I'm going to talk about something else that's happening. So one quick tip. I talked about HemiSync. I brought it up briefly in your monthly forecast last week, and you will need headphones for this. Please try this, all right? Go on Spotify or YouTube and just do a search for HemiSync music. That's all you have to do, and just play it, all right? Because what that is, it's, one frequency of music in one ear, a different frequency in the other ear. And so it's unifying, that creative side of your brain and the logical side of your brain, right? Left and right brain, right? To activate, boom, right? Your third eye, your pineal gland. And according to the ancient, sound is the key to the universe. All right? Because we all have toroidal fields, right? Biofields, human energy field. That's why, and this is your aura, right? Like all of that. And this is science, y'all. So sound does raise your frequency and energy, and you have this portal right now to set the tone of the month. Okay, it's why I always talk about vibrating at the high frequency, and of course use this to visualize. Again, I talk about it last week. Creativity. Venus and Neptune represent creativity. Mars is in Leo right now. Leo is the domain of creativity. And so you've got it coming a lot of different ways at you. It's a symphony that's happening right now. And actually, to just to give you a little bit more like, whoa, you're really gonna feel this. Yes, there is definitely gonna be stuff happening with you, home, family, the foundations of your life. 1000%. Okay. 1000%. You're going to feel it around these days. Maybe parents, grandparents, children, things like that. All right. Having children, things like that. Okay. Now, the other thing is that Mars is officially out of shadow this day too. So he went into Leo April 17th, 18th, right? But he was still in shadow coming out of that retrograde. And so when he went into Leo, he was at like 80%, 85%. Now he's at 100. So you're going to feel this. And yes, it is also like intimacy and, romance, procreation, sex, all of that. Confidence, though, because it's Aries energy. Now, remember, life has no limitations except the ones you make, right? Okay. Tell me who said that quote. You got a cookie. Anyway, what else is happening? I did tell you last week that the moon in Cancer will, on this day, trine Venus, Saturn, Neptune, the North Node. The moon will sextile Uranus, the South Node. So, couple things here. Again, I did not talk about this last week. We have a grand trine. It is amazing. All right. You got the moon in Cancer, North Node, and Sirius, right? In Pisces, your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your social network, groups you belong to, as well as Juno as part of this. Juno, which is all about relationships and legal matters. All right. Divine feminine. So really strong with Sirius like this. Nurturing energy. So you've got the three most feminine planets, the moon, Venus, Neptune. You throw in these divine feminine energy planetoids. This is being emotionally fierce, empowering, nurturing yourself, feeling empowered. There's a sense of care and self-care here as well. It's big. There's got to be something here with partnerships for y'all. All right. So they're all working in this perfect harmony. And of course, we'll talk about more in your second spread. The other thing is I would pay attention to, for you particularly, Taurus, pay attention to what you're thinking about and the conversations that you're having, because there is a vibration here you're going to feel unfold in June, especially the end of June. Okay. And it feels really good. Remember, Jupiter's moving into Cancer, but just the fact that you had Mars in Cancer and retrograde in Cancer all year, where you felt stuck, and now you're going to feel this blast of energy. Big. All right. So just remember the conversations you have and the things that you're thinking about and the ideas and things like that. Just pay attention around these dates. All right. There's something happening for you that's going to unfold in June. All right. Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising, your moon, or for your sister, your husband, your lover, whoever it is, cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Taurus, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and Taurus, and Pisces will feel this the most. And if you know your chart, your birth chart, if you have any planets between 29 to 2 degrees in fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, yeah, you will feel this. The other thing is there's about 3 significant things happening this weekend that will have an impact the entire week, which, we will talk about in the second spread because they're lunations, asteroids, but just know that there are 2 major asteroids, right? That's going to be with the North Node and conjuncting Saturn in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. All right. And again, something big with family or home situation here. Now, the other thing is Just to let you know, because we're still here, you see how Mercury will sextile Jupiter on the 5th? You will start feeling it now, all right? Because it's just like 2 degrees apart from perfection. All right. So, one other thing I'm going to just throw in real quickly for you, May 4th to the 6th, just to let you know, and this is something we will talk about in the second spread. Cirrus, which is the easiest way to describe it, nurturing, how you nurture others, self-nurturing as well. Sirius is linked to Virgo and will be conjuncting the North Node, exact, and conjuncting Saturn, and trining Juno, and sextiling Hygeia. Hygeia, the first time I brought into your conscious, I've talked about the 4th largest asteroid, named after the goddess of health. Hygeia is in your sign Taurus, okay? And so Hygeia, she rules diet and health, sanitation, physical fitness, holistic living, natural medicine, hygiene, okay? Think about that. Because remember, the South Node is in Virgo, right? All about health anyway. And so there's something around this time I really want you to pay attention to when it comes to your health, especially in relationships with, family, children. It's just focused attention you may have around this time. And remember, the South Node is all about letting things go. And so if you feel that you do have this perfectionist energy come about, just be mindful of that, because remember, Virgo was famously known for, that attention to detail and maybe being a little, obsessive about things. But South Node, I'm just harping on this for you because Virgo is your fellow Earth sign here. That does deal with like the physical body here, all right, with the healthcare. And so just be mindful of like just don't be hard on yourself. Try not to overanalyze, especially around this time. Being strict on yourself, being too disciplined when it comes to self-care, nurturing. Again, a lot of y'all, it will have to do with you breaking free from something, or again, it's the South Node, letting something go. But there may be something here. Hygeia is more about like preventative and being cautious and sensible, not over analytical. Remember, the South Node's in your 5th house of things that bring you pleasure and joy, and family and children, and procreation. All right, now Sunday the 4th, Pluto goes retrograde. We talked about this last week. This is just going within until October. Okay. Pluto is transformation. Transformation does come from within. This is all about your personal empowerment, getting to go within to have that transformation. Okay? Especially when it comes to fame and career, or just how you want to be noticed, or just your reputation. Now we get to Monday, May 5th. Mercury will sextile Jupiter. Love it. I love it. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. I can't even. You just had that new moon in your sign a few days ago. You have Venus conjunct Neptune, where you're planting seeds anyway. And then now you've got Mercury, Hermes, right? The son of Jupiter, Zeus. You can't get this. This only brings good news. That's the main thing. You're getting good news, possibly around money, about finances, salary, income. Or if you're not here for that, there's definitely something here about your self-worth, self-value, confidence, or material possessions, like that toaster you wanted. There's something coming through. Okay. So that's the main thing. The other thing is, it just could be you having this new idea, learning something new from a seed that you are planting through communication. All right. Mercury, which is Gemini's ruler, is opening doors for you with Jupiter in Gemini. All right. Luck, good fortune, abundance, profit, wisdom, expansion, all of that. Remember, Jupiter is the water for any seeds that you plant. And it's a high likelihood of something with contracts or agreements, verbal agreements, business, new ideas, education, just something, becoming wiser, broadening your horizons. Okay. Especially with all that second house activity, launching a new project, even marketing. There's something here with a lot of money, finances, things that you desire. You're getting it. You got to take that action though. And just to let you know, when you've got Mercury in Aries and Jupiter in Gemini, fire and air, it can be the quickest 15-second elevator pitch, or something that your Uber driver told you, and it's like this idea that you're like, oh my gosh, that's the missing piece to the puzzle. So be social, proactive, make yourself available, because the last thing about this for you, Taurus, we're in Taurus season. This is fertile ground. All right. Remember what I said, the material world, your physical world. And so there is a sense of nurturing seeds that you plant for growth here, because you're an earth sign, Taurus, in the spring where things grow. Unlike Capricorn, or, which is more, that's winter. That's more like long lasting energy. Different vibe. Mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces and Aries will feel this the most. If you know your chart, if you have any planets between 20 to 24 degrees in any of the signs I just mentioned, you'll feel it. All right. But everyone's going to get something really great. All right. Now, and by the way, there is something happening for you. Okay. This is bonkers. So remember how you have that huge Uranus Cazimi coming up in your sign around May 17th and the 18th, where Jupiter will be square the North Node and the South Node, where Uranus in your sign is sextile the North Node and the South Node, your destiny? Well, I'm just going to tell you now, Jupiter will also sextile Chiron around that time. And so those are such strong aspects. You feel it now. Jupiter sextile Chiron? What? Amazing. That is, if you do, Chiron is all about like wounds, like old wounds, deep wounds, and healing them, doing some profound healing here. Chiron being in Aries, again, your 12th house. There's like, if there's anything that you are telling yourself that I'm not good enough or anything like that, this is it. No more. You got to do the work, right? Because it's in your 12th house, which is the subconscious. But the 12th house is also like, self-sabotage, because it is so nebulous. So remember, you want to use higher expression. So this is a great time asking yourself, what's holding me back? What is there anything I am doing that's holding me back? How can I free myself from this? Just letting go of things that you don't need or want or don't have time for, right? Amazing. Use it now. Okay. Now, the other thing is that Tuesday, May 6th, you got Venus sextile Pluto. I love this. This is going to be more career for y'all. There's going to be something here with money and career. Okay. Or fame, public recognition, honors, achievements. Again, it doesn't matter if you're not working or, retired. It's just whatever you're exerting your energy into that you want to be known for. But like I said, in your, monthly forecast, I think I did. I just pick your favorite White Lotus character. That's what this aspect is. It's power, it's sex, it's money, it's secrets as well. So maybe you're learning your true feelings about someone or discovering something you needed to see. All right. Don't be afraid to go deep for what you desire here. But yeah, relationships and money, big thing. Okay. If you're single, please put yourself out there. Please put yourself out there. But again, like I said, for a lot of y'all, there's definitely something here with relationships and money in career. All right. We are in Taurus season of finance sign. So money will definitely be a thing. Cross watchers, fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and cardinal signs. That would be Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. They're going to feel this the most. If you have any planets 0 to 6 degrees, 0 to 6, in any of the signs I just mentioned, if you know your birth chart, natal chart, again, we look at angular aspects. It does not matter which one, what sign. You will feel it. Okay. Now, the last thing I am going to tell you, well, you see Mercury is going to move into your sign. That's great. But you're going to feel that for the next 2 weeks after, right? So just a quickie here, May 7th. We will talk about this in second spread. It's a little bonkers. And you will feel this. And there's something here where you're going to be like, okay, I got to let this go, because you will have the moon in Virgo conjuncting the South Node, squaring Jupiter. So there's something here, again, when you got all this activity in your 12th house anyway, Taurus, you need to use this. There is a big portal here saying anything that is getting where you're getting in your own way, this is the time to unroot it. This is the time. Because the moon, will be opposite the North Node and Saturn. It's going to be opposite Sirius. All right. Remember how you care for yourself. And Sirius is linked to Virgo. It's going to trine Hygeia. Hygeia will be conjuncting Uranus in your sign. There's something here you have to break free from, because it is sextiling the North Node and trining the South Node. Okay. I mean, it's such a bonkers, I can't even, it's also opposite Juno. And so there's definitely something here. Remember, Juno's in Scorpio, your opposite sign anyway. So there's something here with partnerships and relationships. How you feeling one, maybe too? Or if you're single, what am I doing to, you know what I mean? Like, I got to look at things in a new way or break free from this. And remember all this health energy, moon in Virgo, South Node in Virgo, healthcare as well, with Hygeia, with Sirius. Be mindful, okay? It's got to be strong. Just don't be hard on yourself. That's the only thing. You don't want to be hard on yourself. You want to break free from any habits. You want to free yourself. Have your breakthrough. And again, Hygeia is more about being cautious and sensible and wise and even preventative as well. But here with Uranus in your sign, there is a sense of like being practical and like sensible. Okay. Now, Saturday, Mercury moves into your sign. So you've got the Sun, Uranus, and Mercury in your sign. You got a lot of attention on you. You're going to be having a lot of conversations. You're going to have a lot of conversations, and you're going to be thinking a lot, pulling back, looking at the big picture in this grounded way. Is that it for y'all? Because there are some things I'm just going to say for... Anyway, okay, that's it. Let's see what's going on for you. Taurus, all right? Sun, Moon, and Rising, May 1st to the 10th. All right, so Taurus, happy birthday. How are y'all doing? Oh, my goodness. All right, let me do a time check. Y'all, I'm good. Y'all are good. Taurus, I do... By the way, I hope you're having a really, really... fantastic birthday season. And one last thing, Taurus. Remember that full moon I put on the calendar? That full moon, I didn't. The full moon that we have on May 12th in Scorpio. Okay? Just know that you're going to start feeling that on the 10th. Okay? I told you it's a strong full moon, as in the moon will move into Scorpio on the 10th. So you're going to start feeling it toward the weekend anyway. And that is your opposite sign. So again, emphasis on partnerships, relationships, legal matters, marriage, one-on-one commitments can be your publicist, your lawyer, your sister, it doesn't matter. There is something coming to an end, or something being illuminated, or a turning point. You're amazing. I do a traditional culture crossroad, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we need to get pull clarifiers, you know that we will. You know I love y'all. Let's do it. Taurus, you got some. Yep. There's something ending. And like I said, there's something about you where you need to feel empowered, okay? With all this energy, all that divine feminine energy too. Do it. You got the 7 of Wands. Yeah, stand your ground. Do it. Okay? But look at what's going on here. What is going on here? I want you to ask yourself, what is going on as I move into, this week, into, the best birthday month that I'm going to have in my life? Ask yourself, because this is great. It is, drawing a line in the sand saying, all right, and it's kind of, but I'm feeling this uphill battle. The great thing is this card is all about valor. He's at the highest point with all these other ones coming after him. He's going to be successful. But I'm feeling there's something like a little exhausting, like maybe you've been going through. It's like, can this stop? Yeah? Because you also have the 9 of Swords and the Heart of your spread. And so the Nine of Swords is, it is a Gemini card. So there, again, can be something here with self-worth, self-value. What I say about how the asteroids and the lunations are so important when you have a moon in Virgo conjuncting the South Node. That's always important. But when you got the asteroids at play too, this is big, okay? Remember what I said. Don't overanalyze. Don't overthink things. But it does feel like there's something here where someone else is involved. I did say there's some energy with partnerships and relationships because Juno's active even before we get to that full moon in Scorpio, and Juno's in Scorpio. And she's all about the balance of power and relationships. And again, it doesn't matter. It can be career. It can be career. You got wands here. It can be career. Or it's just something you're passionate about. But look at the King of Wands here in your challenge area. Yeah. So something here where deep down inside, let's do that healing, because there is a sense of like, you've got to ask yourself, do I want to feel powered, empowered, powerful, or powerless? Okay. That's what's happening here. You want to feel powerful. You're going to feel powerful. You got to go within. You got to go deep. And if there is someone, because there's someone here. There's someone here. If there's someone that's making you feel a way that's not your authentic self, you've got to do something about that. Okay? Have those conversations you need to have, right? There's some, it could be a boss, there could be someone here, father figure, there could be someone, an authority figure that is doing that, or it could even be like, family member, partner. Remember, you have a lot of that activity too, where their little ego is a King of Wands in the challenge area though, right? So just keep that in mind. A lot of this is possibly career stuff, money stuff too. So that's why it may be career stuff. But again, can be at home. You got a lot of home stuff. You got Judgment in your crown. That's great. When I talk about that music, it's the only card with, linked to music here. You see, you have an archangel in your crown. That's the divine, right? Look at the trumpet. That sound. What I say sound is, it's free. Look at it. It's raising the dead. That's why I say put on music. It moves your soul. It raises your frequency. Okay? This is having a huge awakening, though. Huge, profound awakening. So have it this week. Take that time out. Do some healing. Put on some music. All right? And you're going to be great. You're going to be fine. Judgment is attributed to Pluto. Remember, Pluto is in Aquarius, going retrograde, where you do go within. And Aquarius rules your 10th house of career and fame and your reputation. So you see a lot of career stuff here playing out. You got the Three Cups. Amazing. Card of celebration. So it seems like there is something. Y'all are feeling that you're like, okay, I'm at the finish line. I just got to cross it. A lot of y'all are feeling there's something new that's got to happen here. 3 is a vibration of the Empress, by the way, which is basically your card. You know that, right? Venus, right? Venus is your ruler. But anyway, and Earth, Anyway, so yeah, there's something here. What does bring me pleasure? What is something that I desire? What is that new thing that I want to start or end? Look at this. There's something culminating. You have a 9. I talked to you about 9. Well, that means endings, right? So there's something here culminating too, okay? Because this can easily be the end of a harvest, the end of something that you're just like, yes, I just need to, for this new thing. Everything is cyclical. I've told you this. Karma. So we go through karmic cycles, but there's something deep down inside you that I want you to explore and just make it to the end, and do not overanalyze things. Don't hold things in. You've got to communicate. You have to. You got the 8 of Cups in your future. It does seem like you will be moving past something. Okay? And that's great. It could be, so when you look at everything that's happening here, there could be also someone you're parting ways with. Can be a colleague, can be a friendship too.
You remember, you've had that. You've had that with the North Node in Pisces, okay? In your 11th house of even a community or something with social media too, all right? But yeah, let's move forward. This is in your future. He's moving to higher ground, okay? Interesting, right? Because he starts there. Anyway, cups are your emotions, your feelings, love, intuition, all of that. You see that eclipse happening. This is game changing. And it can be a little bittersweet because you see the water here, right? You see the sea. And he's leaving. Nothing's wrong with the cups. He just knows something's better, but he's got to walk through the water. It's not like he can just like, he's got to, look out because there's rocks in the water. You've got to be awake. You will be. You have the judgment card in your crown, that spiritual awakening. It's a month of awakening, but you've got to be alert, awake, and be conscious of everything that's happening and be your authentic self. That's the biggest thing. Let's get to your stuff. And it could be something that has to do with your future hopes and wishes and dreams. It is the Eight of Cups. It is, moving in a direction of it. Because the North Node is in Pisces, this card is attributed to Saturn in Pisces. You just had the Saturn North Node conjunction. Last week, you had the, Venus conjunction with Saturn as well. Anyway, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, Taurus. Y'all are amazing. Let's, I love y'all. All right. Oh yeah. Are you gonna, yeah. You're good. Listen, you got the Queen of Pentacles. Do it. Have that confidence. Tell yourself, I can have whatever I want. I can build whatever world I want to live in. That's confidence. I've talked about this. The Queen of Pentacles, the richest queen, has the resources to build the world that she wants to live in. Okay? How did she do that? Confidence. She didn't say, oh, one day I hope I'm the richest queen. No. When you hope like that, you leave room for something to not happen. But when you say, I know I'm going to be the richest queen, you put yourself on that timeline. That's confidence. That's when you've got 3 asteroids with, like, what's happening now? All that feminine energy? Oh, it's big. It's big. Use it. You can get whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. And it seems like you want to do that world building, but there is this, when you see what's happening here, there's also like, you want to take care of others too. Now, you have the Lovers in your external factors area. What I say about partnerships and relationships, there's attention there, emphasis there this week. What do you want? At the end of the day, it's all about the you and the choices you want, the choices you make. That's what the Lovers card is. You see, you got another Archangel. You have Archangel Raphael gifting you love. Let's call them Adam and Eve, right? You see them there. They're free. They can express themselves. When I say this month about freeing yourself, they're not wearing any clothes, right? That's expression. Nothing. They have nothing to hide. But this card is attributed to Gemini. Okay? And so it's all about the fact that you have options and you get to choose. You get to choose. It's in your external factors area. I think I've explained to you, when you've got Jupiter and Gemini anyway, remember Gemini is a twin. It can bring two opportunities, choices. But again, it comes down to what you want. And it seems like there is going to be something here. It can be a new partnership, new relationship. It can be a new stage in a relationship. And again, it does not have to be love. It can be career if that's what you're here for. Where are you putting that energy? Okay. But again, self-love and that confidence and having that passion. That's wild. You got the Six of Pentacles too. I love it. Yeah. Have that balance. You got a lot of money stuff happening this week. I told you that. You got a lot of money stuff, and we're moving into Scorpio full moon anyway. There's going to be money stuff there. So anyway, that's just, if you're seeking support, even financial support, if you're looking for a new job, if you want to launch your business, if you're looking for investors, whatever it is, you've got to put yourself out there. But you've got to know that balance. He's got his scale in his hand for a reason. Okay. And for a lot of you, it may be you. It may be you that wants to spread the wealth. And when I say wealth, remember, Pentacles, physical reality. It can be just something in your physical world, even like spiritual wealth. You got the Queen of Swords in your final outcome, so that's great. She's a great decision maker. She rings contracts and agreements, but she's got her sword pointed straight to the sky, as you can see. So this is like that true perception. It's like right into the ether, right to the heavens, right into the cosmos that's surging through the sword. And so just think of those head above the clouds, not like really good judgment. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to use that sword. Okay. Because all you want is fairness and balance. And you want to, whatever's happening here. No, you can't let anyone put you in that situation. You're going to use this sword. Now, what's interesting is the number of partnership relationship stuff that, again, that full moon in Scorpio that we're approaching, even over the weekend, because that's on Monday next week. Over the weekend, remember the moon will be in Scorpio, so you'll have focus there anyway. There also is something happening this week where there's some stuff around partnerships and relationships anyway. And like I said, you got Juno active all week. She is Juno, you can't underestimate Juno. The fact that she's in the sign of partnerships and relationships for you, she's in Scorpio. The fact that she's linked to Libra, who is the ruler of partnerships and relationships. So you see that Juno's going to be, it's all about that fairness. Queen of Swords is basically Juno, okay? Divine feminine, but the balance of power in relationships. Legal matters too, okay? Remember, swords are the mental suit, communication, agreements, anything like that. But you have that sword. Use it. Use it, all right? You need to communicate. For fairness. What is that? Okay, I think I poured the wrong... Anyway, what? Taurus, y'all are amazing. If you and yeah, here's the thing, and we are going to go deeper in the second spread. All right, we will talk about the lunations. I'll tell you the second luckiest day of the week. I'm going to tell you a day not to sign contracts. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about these asteroids, and I will tell you the best days for love, money, and success. So tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Taurus, anyone's welcome to join. We have a lot of fun. And Taurus, if you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. You want me to clarify something? It's your birthday. I'll clarify something. Let's see. What do you want me to clarify? Let's do that 8 of Cups. I like it. You got to move forward. That's all about moving forward. It's a card of action. All right. What's not serving you well, but let's take care of that. Let's see that 9 of Swords. Oh gosh, what time? Okay, let's see. Yeah, you gotta go within. You got the High Priestess. But here's the thing. The High Priestess only comes out when she needs to tell you, I've got you. I am the guardian of the subconscious. So when you have Chiron in your 12th house, as well as Venus and Mercury highly active in your 12th house of the subconscious, where this week, it's asking you to unroot things. Yeah? You're going to be fine. Don't be afraid to go deep. You've got Pluto going retrograde, asking you to go within. Go within. The High Priestess, highly associated with the moon. What is this? The moon is the subconscious, emotions, intuition, all that. Trust your intuition. You're going to be fine. Okay? So you see those swords, the mental suit, you got the High Priestess here. So it's shifting from your physical mind to your higher mind. Yeah? What do you want? You want the 8 of Cups? All right. There you go. You got the 9 of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Because there is that, 9 of Wands is a Sagittarius card. It's actually attributed to Moon in Sagittarius. So you got more lunations here. High Priestess, the Moon, right? You've got the Moon here, and then you've got the Moon here. So a lot of subconscious energy, a lot of emotions, feelings. That's why we talk about the Moon in the second spread. But don't give up. That's all I'm saying. Move forward. Don't look back. All right. It's like you've weathered the storm. I've told you what's been going on in March and April. We're leaving those intense energies. You've got to, but please take care of that. There's something taking up too much headspace that needs to go. You can have that awakening. Well, I'll do one more for you. Oh my goodness. I'll do one more for you. Let's do that. Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're fine. Listen, just believe in you. Be your authentic self. Take care of that. Who's in the way? Because when I say that, it can be you. You could be in the way. Okay? You got a lot of 12th house activity. Like I said, the lower expression is self-sabotage. Are you getting in your own way? Okay? Because you got the King of Pentacles. You go through, you hang in there. You make sure that you move forward. No looking back. You persevere with that Nine of Wands. You get everything you want. You got King of Pentacles, who, by the way, is Taurus. All right? You even see your the bulls in his throne. He's outside the castle for a reason. I told you, spend time in nature. Okay? Look at him. Integrated in the harvest. You can't even distinguish his robe from the harvest. That's wealth, okay? He's rich. He's rich AF. He didn't get that robe at Target. It's custom made. This is custom. Look at his hand on the pentacle. That is confidence. I'm owning my wealth. Okay? So please work on that. Okay? Whether it's someone that's, on you, or you just being in your own way, you're like, I need to have that awaken and wake up, right? You will. But you got to take that action. Know that you're protected. Move forward. Don't look back. Don't give up. There you go. Okay? Anything you want. You saw you got the King and the Queen too. You got the King and the Queen of Pentacles. You can have it all. This is material abundance to your physical world. Don't forget that. And he does hold that golden scepter. Only 1 or 2 people in all tarot. Okay? It creates all this abundance and wealth. Tier 3 members. You know where to find the link. Did we already talk about that? Did we talk about this? And do the second spread. We're going to talk about the best days for love, money, success. We're going to talk about the asteroids. Anyway. Oh my goodness, Taurus, happy birthday. I will see you next week. You're good. All right. Bye-bye.